Welcome into the Extra Point presented by Corner Pub in Brentwood on 710 Old Hickory Boulevard for Nashville's best meat and 3 craft beers and more. The neighborhood meets at the corner. And Zach, Tennessee fans are in an interesting predicament this New Year's Day because Alabama is playing in the Sugar Bowl. Now, normally Tennessee fans would root against Alabama in all cases, but now Jeremy Pruitt, the Vols' new head coach, is on the sideline as Bama's defensive coordinator. Do you think Tennessee fans are more likely to root for Alabama or root against Alabama in this game?
I think it's tough because Alabama has been so good for so long. I do think that Vol fans will be looking at that defense quite more than they have in the past. But I think that some Tennessee fans are going to be rooting for Alabama because Jeremy Pruitt's going to be on the sidelines. You got to figure that at some point they're going to do a little bit of a story on what Jeremy Pruitt has gone through, the transition, where he's going to become the next Tennessee Volunteers head coach. So I think that Vol fans somewhere out there in this realm of in the country will say, you know what? Roll Tide a little bit.
This is, I hope Tennessee fans are not saying those two words together, but I do think this is a lose-lose scenario for Tennessee. Not just because Alabama is playing and they're hoping that their new coach does well, but because whoever wins the game will hurt them in the recruiting battle because Clemson has come into Knoxville over the last couple of years and gotten a lot of big recruits from Tennessee's own backyard. Now, if Jeremy Pruitt and Alabama wins, that's just an extra week that Pruitt won't be recruiting for Tennessee because then Alabama would have to play in the national championship game. But what you also don't want to happen is you don't want Jeremy Pruitt's defense to give up 45, 50 points or something like that to Clemson, like kind of what happened to Kevin Steele when Clemson gave up 70 points in the Orange Bowl to West Virginia, and that's maybe why Kevin Steele didn't get a head coaching job after that season. So it's an ultimate lose-lose. I'm sure there are fans out there that are hoping Jeremy Pruitt's defense does good, but I would say no. Tennessee fans should not root for Alabama to win because they need Jeremy Pruitt recruiting for them that extra week.
Yeah, and if you're talking about attaining players, really Tennessee fans should be rooting against both SEC teams. They do not want an Alabama-Georgia national championship because those are the guys that they're facing to try to get the players in the foreseeable future. So it's like go SEC, but no, you don't really. Now you're more to Oklahoma and Clemson.
And I'm with you. There should never be an SEC chant going on from other fan bases in support of another SEC team. That should not happen.
I'm actually going for SEC teams.
No, that's because you're Ole Miss and you understand that you don't have a lot to play for because the NCAA is just kind of hanging over your shoulder.
I could also argue that Tennessee doesn't either.
Well, they at least have a clean bill of health from the NCAA.
Well, we'll see who has a better season next year, even with on probation. Maybe that's a bet we can make. Who has a better season, Ole Miss or Tennessee, next season?
We'll have a long time to discuss that.
Yes, we will.
All right, that's today's Extra Point presented by Corner Pub in Brentwood on A to Z Sports National.com.